Essendon leading by 14 points. Ashman starts at centre bounce, hasn't had much of the play yet, an awkward and a bad bounce. Leon Baker thumps it past Alvin, picked up by Harms. Harms boots it to half-forward line. Carey trundles towards it, gets an awkward bounce, folds with it, back to Carey. Centre wingers Carey, the great pass. Well played, Baker. Baker will give it to Harvey. Oh, lovely kick. And Harvey goals. Oh, he's an opportunist, this blonde bomber. Harms got the kick and kicked it downfield. Backett came on the rebound, and Harvey across into vacant territory on the half-forward flank, took the mark, and on his sixth kick, kicks his second goal.
Bombers all of a sudden leading by 20 points after Carlton had started over the top of them. Ashman out of the middle after Justin Madden's tap. Too long for McClure, and the ball out of play in the right forward pocket. That's Ashman's third only kick after he kicked a goal with his first kick. And Wayne Johnston, the Carlton skipper, one kick only for the first quarter. Whistle's gone, and it's an Essendon free to Simon Madden.
Against Howell, out to Williams. Down towards centre wing. Justin Madden, you should do it, but you didn't. Picked up by Alvin. Sheldon to Glaskett. Glaskett hooks it back towards centre half forward. Oh, well played. Nice, safe play in front there by Nagel. Out to Carey. Carey, a clever one to Williams. In front of him is Hawker. Hawker goes off onto his left foot. Out to Vanderhaar. Have a long one, Vander, which he does. It's a thumper. Right on the line. Lovely football that time by Essendon. They've looked good when they've swung into attack quickly.
And they look a mile too good for Carlton. Harms kick in for Reid. Neagle the spoil. Goes to Justin Madden, who misses altogether with the hand pass. Watson. His kick straight to Blackwell. And that'll be a ball up, half-forward flank. The Bombers in attack, and they lead 44 to 23, just 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Justin Madden's been dominant, beats Merritt, pointless once again. And there's that ugly pack falling on top of it. And it illustrates once again how much value is the punch down. There was one glorious one a few minutes ago when he got it to Ashman, and Ashman put it in the 10-metre square. But his supremacy in the high stuff, there he goes again, over the top, and he put his hand all over his opponent. I think he's a bit unlucky there. Merritt was underneath him, I don't know what he's supposed to do. Merritt downfield, Vanderhaar. Gee, their kicking's good. Their field kicking is absolutely beautiful, Essendon. And Roger Merritt twice has kicked the ball with great surety. And here's the Flying Dutchman. And when he burns this fellow, the whole Essendon side is transformed. Number 18, Paul Vanderhaar. Lovely kick. An absolutely beautiful kick. And they maintain their accuracy. 8-2 to Carlton 3-5.
And without sounding out the obvious, the signs are ominous, Robert.
They certainly are, Sandy. They have been since quarter time, really. I think the first quarter was a magnificent quarter of football. Harvey up high, thumps it back. Carlton, awkward bounce, taken away by Thompson. Alvin intercepts. And Tom Alvin now. Floats it up towards Alvin. Alvin across to Ashman. Well, I didn't think it was a free kick, but umpire Ian Robertson a little closer. Ashman looks for Blackwell. No mark. Tapped away by Johnston. Very quiet player. Wayne Johnson. McClure at the back. Punched away by Weston. Well taken by Darnell. Great defensive work. Beautiful pass across to Foulds. Foulds bounces his way down. Thought about the hand pass. Now he gives it across to Madden. Madden having plenty of time. Merritt, the player he's looking for, gets a favourable bounce. A hand pass to Danaher. Danaher across the face of goal. And 1 point goes on the board.
Deserved better, Bobby. Great passages of play as that gentleman that runs the hamburger stand here at Windy Hill lights up again.
Watching Essendon play right now, Sandy, you would say to yourself, well, by gee, Footscray must be a good side.
We'll leave that up to the viewer. Reid, Madden over the top. Baker scouts the crumbs, spears it in to Harvey, who takes the mark.
Isn't he a lovely kick, Leon Baker? Really wastes a kick.
Well, there have been a few Bomber players that perhaps some have considered a little down so far this season. I think Leon has been bracketed amongst them, but when you see him perform like that, you realise he's on the way back. Mark Harvey's had a wonderful day in front of goal. He's going to continue on in that vein. That's goal number 5. As the Bombers start to work on percentage here at Windy Hill, they are 14-7, thumping Carlton 4-13 on 7's big lead.
What an exciting young player Mark Harvey is, Sandy. Going and saying thank you to Leon Baker because of that beautiful pass. But only a youngster. I think from memory, still 19 years of age and might have just attained the age of 20 if he has. But what an exciting little half-forward player he is.
From the centre bounce once again. Clark tries to tap it over the back. Howell goes for a roundhouse right. So does Walsh. Clark tries it again. It's like basketball. So Sheldon picks it up, but Thompson is there to take the mark. Well, he's been unobtrusive but effective. He's called to play on. What will you do? You run round the man on the mark in Ashman. Go up towards the half-forward line. Van der Haar and Madden. Waiting down is Merritt. The sweeping handball out wide to Carey. Now he's got Vander, uses him in the pocket. Now Vander will have a shot. He loves these. He'll just guide it through. Thank you, says the Dutchman. And good night to Carlton as the Bombers go steaming on their way here at Windy Hill. Great passage of play.
It's great teamwork, Sandy. Carey coming right down from the half-back line with his opponent, Wayne Johnston. And if a backman's job is to stop his opponent, Carey has been excellent.
Centre bounce once again. Essendon running hot here at Windy Hill. A 60-point margin has been opened up. It was only 36 at half-time. The Madden boys from the middle, taken by Peter Rowe. His kick thwarted by Hawker. Fraser Murphy, quiet since coming on, puts one out in front of Johnson, who's had only 3 kicks. There's kick number 4, but he may have hooked it across the body. And one behind only the result. Well, while the Bombers are doing it in goals, the Blues are doing it in behinds. The dominator, I'm afraid, has not been that today, as Essendon again are able to run the ball out from defence. Oh, Madden got up high and his brother came to spoil late on the scene and just pushed it over the line. It was Justin Madden of Carlton doing the latter work. The Bombers obviously not liking their first defeat of the season. Ashman into the pocket. Fraser Murphy. You're just about goal here, Fraser. Time to steady, time to fire, and goal he does. Much needed. One of the understatements of the year. They're fifth. 5-14 plays 15-7 on 7's big lead.
And Fraser Murphy cheer squad acknowledging his goal, his first. And they haven't had a lot to cheer about. Only 5 goals going on the board for Carlton. Mark McClure 2, Fraser Murphy 1, Paul Meldrum 1, and Rhett Ashman 1. While Essendon have 15 goals, 7. Mark Harvey, their leading goal scorer, with 5, Elshaw 3, and Danaher 3.
Centre bounce once again. Justin Madden out of the middle. To the half-forward line, Carey, spoilt by Johnston. Walsh overruns it. Baines in late. Walsh over the top. And umpire Russo, no alternative but to come in and have a bounce. Well, it's a 10-goal break. The Bombers back in business. Baines up a fraction early. Carey's kick. He just about marked this Carey after he kicked it. Oh, waiting down beautifully was Williams. Here they go. Timmy Watson can draw the player, then fire towards goal. Oh, thank you, Timmy! Bang go the Bombers. On goes another. And down go the Blues. 16-7 to the Bombers. Carlton a 5-14 on 7's big lead.
What a great piece of roving that was by Darren Williams. The little number 13 took it on the half-back line, followed up, took it again, and then that was superb roving by Darren Williams. doesn't look the quickest player in the world, and Watson looks a little bit tired after finishing off with a magnificent goal. But he's entitled to be, Sandy. I mean, a wonderful team performance by Essendon, and they're proceeding to take Carlton apart. I thought Carlton may have done better because they were G'd up for this game.
Well, you picked them.
I did, Sandy. And it's the last time.
Early days yet, Bobby, for the season anyway. To their half-forward line.
Let's say it's the last time I'll pick them against Essendon.
Only playing them once more. Down to the half-forward flank for the Bombers. Out comes Danaher. Held whilst not in possession. The umpire calls play on. Baker lends assistance. Spears one in towards half-forward line. No one able to take it cleanly. Dean overruns it. Harvey over the top. Is he going to squeeze it? He's squeezed! 6 goals to the youngster, and the Bombers can do no wrong here at Windy Hill. 17-7 plays Carlton 5-14.
Sandy, surely Wayne Haas will be putting the centre or something in there.
I don't know how you stop kicks like that.
Well, Harms, I think he's in good form, but he's just certainly not a tight defender. And you need a tight defender on Harvey at the present moment.
Someone like Curly Austin who's not out on the ground.
No, I'd put Rode there and put Harms in the centre.
Well, here they go again because it was Harvey that got it across to Williams. Only to see Hartney intercept.
Goes Brendan Hartney. Goes short. Intercepted by Hurd.
Yeah.
Got the hand pass in. Vanderhaar. Tackled too high. Elshaw grabs it. Snaps towards goal. Danaher waiting there. It'll be a free kick to Danaher. No call play on by the umpire. Meldrum has plenty of time. There he goes short. The kick taken by Montgomery. Out to Elvin. Elvin, a long kick towards half forward. Sheldon's there. Thompson, the bouncing ball comes over the line, and the throw-in will take place midway between centre wing and half forward flank for Carlton.
Bobby, we're 20 minutes into the third term and they lead by 65 points.
I think the worry at the moment would be what they will lead by at the finish. Whether or not Carlton can gain some sort of momentum and get back into this game as Fraser Murphy's kick goes over the boundary line on the full. With Essendon playing excellent football. The hand pass from Thompson. I don't know who should be minding Clark, but he's just on his own. Now it's Weston saying, come on, I'll give it across.
Oh, careful, Bobby.
Welsh misses it easily. Blackwell. Essendon regain it with a lot of pressure. Baines' kick into the centre. Wayne Johnson floats it wide. McClure takes the mark.
Free kick being paid for tackle too hard. So he fell into it, but still. Mark McClure goes into the pocket. Reece Jones waiting at the back. Oh!
Frustration being shown by Wayne Johnson, Sandy.
Yes. Back towards McClure. With him is Weston. McClure, however, kicks back to the half-forward line. And Thompson leaving it for Elshaw.
We've got 3 players wide, Sandy. If he looks,
Clark has still obviously got a problem because no one wants to go near Nobby. So he goes the other side to Tim Watson, who's got Weston. Now the fullback will just about goal. No, he says, I'll give a pass to Danaher. And perhaps he shouldn't have because Dean intercepted. Picks it up now onto the right foot, out towards Peter Rode. Watson giving chase. Rode trying to scoop it up, is tackled. Under pressure, close to the boundary line. Watson ducks his head and goes over the line. So a throw in to take place.
Watson's starting to really come into this game. He had Elvin on him in the first half.
He was pretty quiet in the first half, but he's blossomed since, hasn't he?
I don't know why they took Elvin away from him, Sandy, but Elvin now looks as though he might be the player on Clark. But Clark just wandering down the wing on his own, and no one seems to be worried about him. No mark taken. Dean tried to take it away. Good play, Peter Dean. Not a good kick. We saw Montgomery slip, recover in time to put it forward. Hawker leads in the race for the ball. It's well taken by Glenn Hawker, but it's over the boundary line before he can get a hand pass in, and so a throw-in to take place midway between centre wing and half-forward flank. Wayne Johnson looks as though he's going down onto Harvey and Harms to the attacking end of the ground. So Wayne Johnson, as a defender, has been given the job of tagging occasionally. And, well, there's nothing wrong with that move, Sandy, because Wayne Johnson was doing absolutely nothing at the other end of the ground. So they've got everything to gain and nothing to lose if he can stop Harvey. Picked up by Hawker. Well tackled. Pushing the back. According to the umpire, Fraser Murphy not particularly pleased. He didn't think he pushed him in the back.
What did you think, Bob?
I thought it was well tackled, Sandy.
Hawker, quick to play on with the handball. Clark into the space. Carey onto the left foot and under pressure. Gathers little distance. A slight nudge by Foulds. He's gone unnoticed. Slight. Long goes Gary Foulds. He'll just about goal. No, Harvey will make it number 7 or 6. I've forgotten how many.
7 it'll be, Sandy.
Yep. Had a sensational day. Mark Harvey, 13 kicks, according to statistician Kevin O'Neill.
14 coming up, Sandy. And of that 14, 7 are goals.
Great effort on 7's big league.
Also warming up. Bradby has yet to take foot onto the ground today.
There's the centre bounce once again. Tapped forward by Sheldon. Thompson has it stolen by Harms. Thank you, says Fraser Murphy. Fires in towards full forward. Rhys Jones waits at the front, but the ball wobbles over the back. Kept in play by Blackwell. Under a ton of pressure, Rhys Jones comes over the top. And we'll see a bounce.
Ashman off, Robertson on, Sandy.
That surprise you, Ashman leaving the ground? I know he's been quiet.
No, he has been quiet, Sandy, and so you've got to try and get some sort of life. Baines up high, taken by Walsh, smothered by Rhys Jones. It goes over the boundary line, and the throw-in will take place. Throw in the forward pocket for Carlton. Baines of Carlton against Madden of Essendon. Neither player a clear tap. Thumped away that time by Hurd. Montgomery first on the scene for Carlton, but straight to the opposition, and the mark taken by Dunnell. The hand pass accepted by Elshaw. Elshaw, the short kick into the centre. I think Clark must have heard the call of leave it. Foulds slips, he's tackled. Full play on by the umpire, and here's Clark. The hand pass to Thompson. Thompson does likewise to Carey. Now Carey comes across the ground. Williams is there for Essendon, and he's had a fine game as well. Darren Williams. The kick off the side of the boot, but could be effective. Merritt's there. The bounce going away from Merritt. Runs over the boundary line as Clark is about to come off. Clark being replaced by Bradbury. Tapped over the back by Madden. Straight to the opposition. And we find Foulds. Thumped away by Reed. Picked up by Baker. Hand pass across to Bradbury. Back to Baker. Baker will give the hand pass on to Carey. The half-back flank has got a chance. On the line, stilt by Justin Madden.
So, Steve Carey can't break through for a game. Wayne Johnson to bring the ball back into play. And the Blues have a case of the Blues at the moment. Bradbury has just come onto the ground, picking up Tommy Alvin. Alvin, who had a great start to the season. Chancing his arm was Thompson, in fact was his foot. Foulds, high kick back towards half forward. Merritt the spoiler, he's had a wonderful game. Alvin waiting down. Montgomery goes in to do the shepherding work, but has an airy. So Alvin goes long. Hawker can't complete the mark, but pushed it back cleverly with the one hand, then had time to retrieve it. Gets the handball away. Carey's on the end of this, and eventually he goes onto the left foot, down towards the half-forward line, past Merritt, towards Harvey. Meldrum is there, but he's under pressure. Gets the handball away. Howell and Merritt are having a little bit of a how-do-you-do behind play, and so the umpire says, gentlemen, give it a rest, will you please? We've had quite enough today. Let's play footy.
Well, he gave the free kick to Howell. Well, I thought both players were in it there, so let's just see what starts it. Foulds comes out with it towards half forward. Merritt tried to tap the ball on. Howell comes out with it. Gets a hand pass into Johnston. Johnson on to Road. Road back to Meldrum. Looks for Johnston. Taken away from him by his teammate in Sheldon.
Shepherding.
Tackled too high. On now to Johnston. Smothered off the boot by Thompson. Sheldon. Not a good-looking kick. Hawker's first on the scene. Good play, Hawker. Tackle, but got it out to Hurd nonetheless. Hurd gives the hand pass back. Simon Madden. A high, floating kick. Bradbury almost took it. Gets pushed in the back, and Peter Bradbury will take the free kick. Goes short. Baker's there. Just went over the line before Baker could take it. The tempo of this game has slowed down somewhat, but that's natural because it's 116 to 44. Meldrum's kick. Simon Madden up high. Desperately dives after it. Now that's great play by the big fellow. Got the hand pass out to Foles, who swings it in towards the centre. Williams didn't quite take the mark, but forced it forward. Puts Reid under pressure. Meldrum picks it up in support of Reid. Meldrum's kick. Tapped down by Weston, who recovered well. Dummies beautifully. And lovely hand pass to Thompson. Gets past the tackle of Johnston. Thompson's high, wide kick. Harvey couldn't take the mark. Now he's got Blackwell as an opponent, it looks like. And Harvey swings it across towards Baker. A well-placed kick. Right into the arms of Baker. Now that's beautiful play by Harvey. Baker, normally a lovely kick. Very few players in the league as reliable with their kicking as Leon Baker. And this one's no exception. He spears the centre. Baker's first goal, but it's Essendon. 19 goals, 8. 122 to Carlton, 5-14.
Bradbury, number 36, freshman on the ground. Madden, 27. Sheldon, 5. Hurd, 9. Road, 41. The Madden boys still in the middle. Watson takes it out. Picked up by Meldrum. A high kick. Fraser Murphy will wait at the back, but Paul Weston has really stamped himself as a pretty good player since coming over here from the Bays. Now, here is this problem that they have, Carlton. Or perhaps it's Essendon with the problem, because Baker and Clark, when he was on the ground, well, no one was allowed to stand within 30 metres of him. It was a stipulation, and they adhered to it pretty strictly. Weston, delightfully across to Hawker, up to the half-forward line, and waiting at the back is Hartney. Hartney can come out towards Alvin, who does have support if he needs it. Spoiled by Bradbury, but Alvin butters up for a second attempt. The Sun playing havoc with players there, so Weston goes for a thump. Williams, oh, basketball material here. Hurd playing with it across the half-forward line to Tony Elshaw. Well, Elshaw started the day in outstanding fashion. In fact, he kicked 3 goals in the first term. Been a little quieter since, but a long kick. Drifts away at the last moment. One behind only is registered, so his contribution has been 3 goals, 1 out of Essendon's tally of 19 goals, 9. Very accurate kicking. Howe brings it back into play, very close to siren time. Madden. Simon Madden in front of his home crowd. Short, looking for Danaher. Good interception, however, by Hartney. Takes the mark, plays on quickly. Now the opportunity for Robertson as the handball came from Blackwood. Weston again holding up proceedings, and he's had a pretty good day. Watson, Hawker, bombers away. Harvey, short, into the centre. Now he'll look down towards Merritt, Van der Haar and Danaher. Here comes Merritt. Tried to thump it forward. Bradbury put a halt to any Carlton defence.
It's good play by Bradbury, wasn't it, Sandy? He smothered the ball, he tackled the first time, then smothered the second. Very disciplined performance by Essendon.
Here's a ball up, very close to siren time. In a quarter of football that has said Essendon take 4 premiership points. Halves. Out wide, Robertson, back on the ground. He'll get caught, Shane, he just gets his kick in time. With great pressure, sees that kick towards the boundary line. Walsh scoops it up. The members love it as he does it with the one hand in front of them. Harms, once again, Hartney. It's almost like a last quarter of football, this at the moment. Weston couldn't take it as the pack came down in front. The siren sound, and at the end of the third term, Essendon fans delighted as they see the scoreboard showing Essendon 19-9 after an 8-goal quarter, eclipsing Carlton 5-14 on 7.
Recorded against Carlton today. They actually outscored Carlton in every quarter, and the winning margin of 109 points was their biggest ever against Carlton. Their score of 176 points was their highest ever against the Blues. We check the stats on the game now, and predictably, Essendon on top in all departments excepting the free kicks there. In the goals for the Bombers, Harvey got 7 in great form and Merritt got 5. And for Carlton, their main contributors were McClure with 2 goals and Alvin.
Good loss to Essendon. It was the most dispirited day in the history of Carlton, he said. I felt confident at the start, but we were just not in it. Kevin Sheedy said the Bombers were excellent after that loss to Footscray, and it was a fine lead-up for Tuesday night's match at VFL Park. He has Clark with a calf injury, Nagel with a hamstring, and also Shane Hurd reported for striking David Rhys-Jones. A surprise to everyone at Essendon. Back to you, Peter.